Alright, okay, it's working. I just send you it. Let me know if you're watching it because I won't be able to tell. But is that you? Or alright, let's start off this. Let's see. On the point. Yeah, honestly, if I don't know if you heard of positioning in video games like ever, because I mean, are you aware of that term, or are you like, or were you just doing like random stuff? Yeah, gotcha, gotcha. Because here's the thing though, like even though you are like the frontline tank, and even though, I mean this is quick play, so it's not the end of the world, but just like a quick tip, if you are playing the tank and you're like going for it, it's not always the smart move to go for it because at this point you're like going this way to where you're just stuck in the corner by this venture and eventually their whole team is gonna be looking at you. His whole team's gonna be looking at you, which actually did happen, or almost happened, but actually did happen. It did happen. Because when you're a diva, you have so many like you have so many things you can do. You have DM where you can eat bullets and like you actually can cancel people's ults, or it just depends really. But she's like one of the most like I wouldn't say like the stupidest tank, but like a tank where you should like at least know how to play because like Diva is really easy to play. It's because of how much she can do. Like she does a lot of damage as of recently, so it's so easy to actually get kills. But what also sucks is that you can also like just because I say that doesn't mean like you can just like move forward and then just hope that you do brainless like plays and then you're gonna pop off. That's never gonna happen. But what I would do here is honestly like play smart when you are playing tech because I'm pretty sure everyone does that when you're a high rank because if you don't, like the thing is when you are tank as well is that you are like the one that's actually like making space and if you are dead your whole team will either like fall back or they're just gonna die. So this is like because the whole team is already looking at you and you are stopping the match right here. So you just died. But another thing is too is to be really good at aiming because aiming is can be somewhat hard, but like if you play a lot of shooters like in the past before on PC, I believe, or unless you were playing on no shooter, right? Okay, because it's definitely hard on PC because you know there's not a lot of aim assist, obviously, but there's this like aim training custom matches you can find. I'm pretty sure you can look it up on the web on the internet, and you'll find it like a workshop code for it. But it actually does help. Yeah, you can just look it up online. It'll be there. You can just search up like Overwatch 2 like workshop code for aim training or whatnot, something like that. But having your like when you're playing this game, your aim should be good at all times. Like if your aim has gone to a certain point where it's rusty or whatnot, because it's like not its most consistent. Like you can tell if you like pull up your scoreboard, so like it'll say like their kills, assists, and deaths. Like it'll say your bot and your the right side of your screen. It'll say like percent accuracy or crit accuracy, stuff like that. If it says like 19 and if you're shooting from like a far range, that doesn't really matter. But like if you're not hitting the best shots when you're at close range, if you're like 20%, that kind of stuff like that. I do think there are rooms for improvement for that one. But. Okay, your soldiers kill their tank. Where you can just go in there. Because when you are engaging under enemy team, like I want you to like ask yourself like what should you do, and I want you to like be like reasonable as to why you think you want to do this kind of thing. Because if you're a diva, you would think that I want to go for the Ana because it's in our backline. That's your prior target, right? Or the Echo because you can actually shut her down, or the Ana. But the thing is too is like. The timing on how you engage your fights is so crucial when you're tank because if you see like and here's what I like communicating a lot because if you see like the rest of for example using fortify, like the gold like I don't think it was I don't know. Yeah, fortify, so like gold skin. Like a golden like skin around him. Yeah, so that's fortified, but like if you see her, you can literally say like, oh, she has no fortified. If it's competitive, you will at least call it out that she has no fortified, and if she uses any abilities, you will also call it out. But if you do that, it'll actually make it so much easier to engage because the moment if you see like their Ana, for example, use like anti or sleep, you can actually make it so much easier to go in than just having to go eat in like in 1 second. And then they all have their cooldowns ready for you whenever you go in. And you'll just get punished for just going in. Whether if it's by yourself or with your team, like it's way more smarter approach to take if you are playing tank at this point. If you're playing diva. Okay, see right here. Venture already used drill dash. And Arista already used her spin. So that's at least good. And then at this point, you can just retreat. Because they're on the back there, most likely it's going to use the ability then. I'll venture and rest of these two already. Oh, I didn't use this. Another thing is too, when you're a tank, is that you always want to be aware on where your teammates need help or not. See this Widow right here? And then she's like getting shot by like everyone. There's already an Echo behind us and she's already targeting our Widow. So at this point, you could really just come back here if you are aware of it and just help her out like you can. But I know it's gonna suck anyway because your whole team is like over here just are worried about these three up here, and then wait, where's the? Oh, Lucio's right there. Yeah. See what I mean? Though? Because I think you're like I said, you have so much responsibility for one tank, unfortunately, because you have so much dependence on, like reliance. Because I deal with this so many times, you play with random tanks, so like if you're a DPS or support player mostly, you always, like, here's the thing too, because you'll see a lot of tank diffs or tank gaps, like that kind of stuff in competitive, I can't even speak, because there are so many different ways they can tank gap, where if it's getting more kills or getting high damage, or if it's getting more mitigated damage, or it's getting more assists, you know, like that kind of stuff. But what's really important is that you are like doing more than another tank, because if you're not doing more than another tank, you're basically not doing anything other than just making space and helping your team out when they're getting dive, or they're just getting like, or they're just getting bullied, you know, what that kind of thing. So it's just, you have to be aware of so many things that can happen, and also if your teammates needs help or not, because they're not always, I feel like in lower rank, they're not always, I mean, they could, but they're not always are gonna like give up communication if they need help, or I mean they probably will, but it's just gonna suck if, like, for them at least, if you're not helping enough. So Widow, for example, I mean, she already got dealt by 2 people from the back and from the other, virtually. So your supports or your team backed up too. Oh, there's an echo right here. Honestly, if you see a person isolated like this, you can easily go for this person. Like, you see what I'm looking at? I mean, you already killed Adventure, so that's good. But if you notice that you're getting shot by this echo, you could literally just go for her, you know. So, because I know their whole team is just retreating right here. But this echo is, I mean, I don't know, Wizard should DPS, so his DPS is right here. So this kind of sucks, but you know, what's up, DC? I actually might play ranks in a little bit if you want to watch, but that's nothing. Alright, so I actually, let me look at you. Oh, good. Okay, now it's just a wrist nest and you go for her. That's fine. Who's backing up? Alright, so you did good for, I think you mostly did good for the first fight, though. I mean, this first, like, point. But just remember that, like, don't always try to think when you are just starting the game and you're going in without coordination from your teammates. Don't always try to think like going up and then going to this route will be a good idea, because if they're all shooting at you, you're gonna be like all piling yourself to like this corner. So it's not always a good thing to like move up and like be at this position, because at this point it would be more smart to come back from here. But if you were all piling, you know, like from earlier, you would be at this corner and it would suck more, because your supports wouldn't be able to heal you and your DPS were just like, I mean, your DPS could clutch up, but they're not that great. So that's just unfortunate. Oh, you won the first point. You're the red team. Okay, I don't like how you are approaching this, because you can easily win against the Reaper, but the thing is that you're not utilizing your defensive matrix. You use it whenever you need it. If you're trying to win a fight. At this point, you would most likely use it. Oh yeah, that's true, but you can also use it against this Reaper, because this Reaper is already 1v1 you from this range, and you can easily shut them down. Yeah. Because they're projectiles too. They're just really fast. Yeah, don't get confused with it, because head scans you can easily fucking, I mean, it's just Reaper, you can win against this guy. Because you got DM, but you lost. So.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
You just gotta utilize your abilities more. You see how you're like your jet boost abilities, like you can fly around. Like that's a really good ability, but the thing is with D.Va is that you do so much damage and you can mitigate so much shit. And that's a like cuss a lot, but from the DM where you can literally just eat. Like at that point, you could have easily killed a Reaper if you were like actually smart enough for utilizing your like DM. Because most D.Va players like that are really good, they can easily shut down a Reaper, and that's what mostly because they use defensive matrix because it literally helps you to win the fight most of the time. Right? Yeah, there's an echo right here, but I mean their echo already screwed up, so not the most concerning thing. And also, like, I think you also need to know that, like I said, you gotta utilize your defensive matrix more if you know what that is, because you do so much stuff with that defensive matrix because you eat so many. You basically eat so many things at you, such as CC from the Orisa, from the Ana, and the Reaper. You'll prevent the Reaper from doing more damage to you because your DM and as Echo, you can literally destroy her. And at that point, you didn't need to use it because really, like your whole team is right here. I think, yeah, yeah, your whole team is right here except the Echoes over there. But let's oh, your soldier does. Yeah. And like I said, you gotta utilize your DM. Like there's like literally it's on your durability, like your bomb on my bomb, right? At least, but it's so good. You just gotta be like using it more often when you're playing D.Va. You see how you could prevent so much like things coming at you with just like with one ability, because if you actually use defensive matrix for all of that, you wouldn't have to use your ult or died from that either. Because I know you're usually utilizing your jet boost, so that's good. But what I also want you to use is your all of your abilities. But I don't want to say your ult because your ult you gotta be very like tactical about it, I would say, because you can use it to escape, you can use it for maybe like a play, but most people would use it for escaping because it's way easier than how making a play with D.Va's ult is difficult, to be fair, but escaping is because if you're going in like this, like I mean you could, but it's your whole team is already back here and they're getting bullied by this Orisa, so you can't really just like instantly go in, and then your soldier is also struggling to live, and you are as well with these two. So, plus you can't always think that going to backline is gonna work almost every time you engage it. That's never gonna happen because I see so many people do it. They just fail miserably, and they get bullied in like seconds. So honestly, what I would do is just help them with the Orisa from earlier, and then even though your soldier died, you could have at least like like help make the Orisa like push back with his teammates, and then you would be able to engage him. Because right here, your whole team is already dead, and you guys like already lost the fight, or lost the point too. So.
They're counting on me.
It's your. I think one of the points right here though you need to learn from is like your utilization with your abilities on D.Va, because you like I see you like using your jet boosts and your micro missiles, but like I want you to use it in like the most effective way possible that you see, because the one you did on the Echo area, you didn't really need to do that because you could use your jet boost, but you already used it, so you can't really like fly up. But what you could have done when you were against like the Reaper and Ana, you can go in. I mean, you didn't. It wasn't like the smartest move actually, to be honest with you. But what you could have done right there is honestly really could have helped. Like I said, this helped the Mercy with the Orisa and make a push back, because she was already making so much space for their whole team, and your teammates couldn't do anything because of it either. Okay, utilize your DM there, but okay, I like this. Good. Alright, the thing is too, when you are playing D.Va, is to not always be in the open. Like, if you're like, most people will play in the corner and then will just shoot from like this angle, or like maybe like, oh yeah, mostly this angle, or like maybe like from this angle maybe. But when you're a tank, you're mostly just sitting in the corner, because at that point, if you're in the open, you're like the most vulnerable target because you have the biggest big box, obviously. But because you're already in the open and you're already getting shot by like their entire team already, so. And if you already shot the Echo, and I don't know if you saw her HP or whatnot, you already saw she was half HP, so you really go for her, she's already dead. Basically. Or if you go as Ana, she's already dead. You just gotta be aware of these opportunities as well, because I've seen like I dealt with this back in the past actually, where I've seen these missed opportunities to kill this Echo. Like, for example, for you, like for this Echo, she's already half HP, so you literally just fly towards her. She could have died, or you can go for this Echo, not Echo, Ana, which she is 28 HP. So you know, like, when you shoot these, like when you shoot one time on one of these players, like you'll be able to see their HP, and you see this Echo like half HP, you can not immediately, but you can actually just go for it right here. Or this Ana, but this will probably be easier because Ana is already back there, and you probably won't be able to reach her anyway. So. And I don't play a lot of D.Va, but I do have like the good game sense and like how to engage in and how to disengage with D.Va at least. So, but what you would do there is mostly just go for the Echo like from earlier, or for the Ana, because they were both like missed opportunities. Because at this point they're already like four of them are grouped up together, and their Orisa was kind of being stupid. But. Because that's what happens when you are playing tank. You have so much reliance, but you know, I deal with this all the time too. Like it is stressful, but the thing is, so like even though like your teammates could have done it better, you could have also like done better as well. Like utilizing your abilities and also like be aware of your opportunities and whatnot. Yeah. Because it's like it can be easy like miss your opportunity sometimes. Like, it is. That's why when I'm shooting, I always like to shoot at my targets just see the HP over time because it actually gives you the advantage if you need to go for that person. Because if one of your teammates made that person low, you can actually go for that person, and then you can like get the kill. You know, when you're playing either. Because say like I have a soldier and he is popping off with like 10k or 20k damage, and he just makes everyone half HP. If you see they're on a low, or you know, if their echo is like half HP or low or whatnot, you would at least like shoot at one of them once, or like you know, if you see like multiple times, I guess. But if you ever see their HP bar like low or half, you at least be able to go for them depending on the scenario. Because earlier when you saw the echo, or I don't know if you did, she was literally half HP in the air, and you had your jet boost. So really, she could have died if you had missed the opportunity. Or you can go for the Ana, but probably the echo is more easier because she's more closer range than the Ana, because Ana was already far back. So it was no point to actually go for it, because even if you try to go for the Ana instead, you would probably gonna be punished by the Harissa anyway, or get bullied by the Harissa. Or even their Lucio, but the Lucio wasn't there. I don't think. No. You see how you're like, hold on. I don't know if you're doing over here. Because I like how you're trying to utilize your DM, but notice that like you are like in this corner with the Moira, but if you were like taking a smarter approach, you would at least be like around this position right here, or maybe this corner. You could, but mostly like around here. You know what I mean? Your Moira is already over here, and she shouldn't be, because at this point, she's gonna be forced to fade, and then she's probably gonna die, depending on where she's fading out. Because now you already died there. And your Mori already faded, now she's also gonna die. Wait, wait. No, she didn't. No. Yeah, your Mori's back here. Nice back for your team. I mean, luckily the Moira lived, because the whole team was not aware there was a Moira in their backline, I guess, but you just gotta be aware when you are playing D.Va, you utilize your defense tricks at a good time, depending on what the scenario is, because the more you like learn about this stuff, you know, the more experience too, you will actually like see like when is the correct timing to use these abilities, or to like, you know, for your game sense, you like when to engage or disengage, because at that point you will probably disengage anyway, because if you already know like their ult economy, and they already about to have 4 ults coming on, they already used their first one, you could have at least like predicted it, you know, in some shape or form of thought, you know. And you can tell by like the scoreboard, or the scoreboard. Because you can see if they're like, if their Ana hasn't used Nano Boost from the last few fights, you'll probably assume that she already has it all. Or even the Orisa, she could probably have it all. For this, I would most likely predict it. And Echo, you can use the ability ult charge pretty fast. Anything real? See, like right here, if you see them using their ults, I mean, I know first they use beat, but what you could play right here is play. I mean, honestly, play minus shield is not bad. But what I would do mostly, and just going in, is just play here until their ult is, their like Lucio, like over health HP is gone. Or just try to play like, just play mid range. Just chill for now. Cause you already started doing it. Yeah, got one. I guess one more. There's Echo behind. It's not bad, but because now they have already got their Reaper ult and maybe get their Echo ult, but it just depends on how she's got, how much ultra she gets, I guess. So, get you back here now, and somehow you didn't see your Cassidy. Not bad. See, now that, honestly, like, I mean, you could, but you got so, I mean, when you're playing Ramantra and you're in Nemesis form, let me see this actually. Like, right here, if you're like this low HP, you should at least utilize your block ability when you're in Nemesis form. See how you're taking so much like unnecessary damage when you can just, you know, block right here, most likely. Because at that point you wouldn't have to die that quick, or your supports are about to heal you, but you already died during that time. So it's just like, and also like when you're around, you should at least like utilize your shield, and like his durability is really good. Like, you can block so much damage. You would actually like just tank all of them because you were actually like holding blocking and taking all the damage. But that's what at least you could have done earlier when you were up there with the Orisa and Lucio. You could, I mean, you could have been up there with you too, but honestly, like, you could have at least like, when you're in Nemesis form, you could at least like use your block ability more if you are taking a lot of damage. At least for like, especially for like that scenario. Oh, yes, one of these. I like how you use your block there, but your whole team is already dead now, so. Because they already used Reaper's ult, you already got 2 kills. Yeah. Sucks. I think that's it. Wait. I went by software. What the fuck?
My resolve hardens.
Oh, they didn't even touch point. Yeah. Yeah, so honestly, when you're tank, you gotta be very, very, very be aware and like be smart with your engagements, because if you don't engage at good timing, or like there are missed opportunities you can deal with sometimes, but what I thought you could have done better right there is that you could have at least tried to, like, when you're a diva, you're mostly relying on your DM and your abilities a lot, because the way because she has good mobility, she has good damage, and she has a good way to like eat so many things that's coming at her. Like, it's so good, except beams for now. But the thing is, like yeah, the thing is too is like at least be aware of your teammates as well because if your Mercy, from earlier was getting dive, you could have at least been aware of that if you were just looking around or just look like be aware of where your teammates are and all that kind of stuff. But there's also missed opportunities there as well when you're playing as like Diva because you could have at least gotten kills, like good opportunity kills because there are so many like we can deal with missed opportunities like that sometimes, but if you already shot at them, and you've already seen their health being low or half HP, you could have at least like had the thought of like going in and then try to achieve one of those kills. Another thing is too is that like you have like I mean positioning's not like positioning you always you always want to be smart on how you position yourself like at all times. It doesn't matter if you're in like the corner, you're just gonna be thinking you're gonna have to you can turn your brain off and just stay in that corner for now. Like no. You have to at least be like you have to at least be aware of like where your teammates are obviously and where the enemy team is and always want to like reevaluate like how you want to engage in, how you want to like kill this Ana or the support or maybe the Echo because your Echo and the Ana is your most kill priority than the like Reaper. I mean, you can easily shut down the Reaper, but it's way easier to go for the Echo and the Ana because they can't do anything against you if you actually like utilize your DM more. So I don't know if you saw from earlier, that kind of thing. So you just gotta utilize it more, and it can be tough, but that's why that's why we learn and how we can actually play better from that. Okay, it's hard, but it's because it's like just because it's like impossible doesn't mean you can't like try to fix it. Kind of BS, whatever. Yeah. But if you ever actually want to try to get better sometimes as well, it's like it will also like watch our people how to play like certain characters. So like Diva for example, or Mercy. So you see Mercy, you'll see her fly around the map all the time. She's literally she's literally Mach 10 going around the map. Like you won't even see it coming. You would actually think there's like you actually think there's a speedster in their fucking team just going around the map. Like it's not like like that's what at least you would think. But yeah. It's in this stream though. This title's clickbait anyway. Let me see.